Go live. Preparing live stream webinar.
Sounds so official, doesn't it?
Yeah, setting up your webinar for Facebook Live. Okay, so let me see where all my, oh, I see it's live. Okay, so now I have to get back to the meeting here. Here we go. Let's see, who do we have with us so far?
Official, doesn't it?
Oh, it's so official, so exciting. So we have Dana and James and Karen and Elsie and Michelle and Sherry and Tuvy. And oh, what do I need? Do I need to turn some volume off?
Yeah, there's a little bit of feedback of some kind.
Yep, and mine is on mute. My phone is off. Welcome everybody. What we're doing welcome to our a new Kajabi versus Thinkific workshop, and we're so excited that you're here. Your webinar. And that's me. I need to turn my Facebook page off. So that's me. So what we're doing right now, so bear with us, is we're live streaming into our, I'm turning it down right now, into our Facebook pages and to our Facebook groups. So,
that's right. I'm just, that's why I look like I'm distracted, because I'm busy doing that right now.
No problem. We're going to introduce ourselves shortly. So I don't hear any more feedback. Do you?
No, I'm not hearing anything now.
All right, good, super. So, we've got more and more people joining us. We have Joe, welcome, and Carol. And so we have a good amount of attendees registered for the Zoom webinar, but we did a lot of promoting for this workshop via Facebook Live and our pages and our groups. So I imagine the majority of the people joining us are going to be joining us via the live stream, which is super exciting.
Awesome. Love live stream. Game changer.
Yay. So right now we're live on my page and we're live on my group. Is that right, Kim?
We're just going live in your group right now. There we go.
Okay. And then you're going to put us on your page as well?
Yep.
And hint, anybody else that has a following or a tribe that thinks they might want to learn about what we're here to share with you, feel free to share it as well.
Yeah, and just a little, Catherine, can I do a little interjection here? Yeah. And that is, if you're going to share it from your page, not the group, because you can't share it outside a closed group. So if you're going to, you got to go to the page and share it from there.
Wonderful. So just go to my page, which is at digitalbusinessboutique.com. And what's your page, Kim?
It's Brainy Girl.
At Brainy Girl.
Yeah, it's just.
So, well, having said that, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. Super excited to do this. My name is Catherine Dove, and I'm with the Digital Business Boutique. And I was so excited to meet Kim because I'm working on my signature program called the Course Creators Academy. And I am having a love affair with New Kajabi. I have been for, since I think 2013 when I put one of my membership sites with them. So I use New Kajabi. But when I was waiting for the New Kajabi to come out, I needed to get a course out for one of the niches that I'm in, and I built it on Thinkific, and I love Thinkific. Yeah. So I was able to get a course up in a weekend and start selling it that week. But I was still waiting for New Kajabi because I was familiar with their platform and the quality of services that they offer as well. But I just always had a really good experience with Thinkific. So in my Course Creators Academy, I'm going to be providing tech training. And of course, I can do that tech training for New Kajabi, but I didn't feel so comfortable, looking for my pen, I didn't feel so comfortable doing it with Thinkific. So I reached out to Kim to see if she'd be willing to offer the tech training for my Course Creators Academy. And it turns out you also have, why don't you share what you have?
So you have the Course Creators Academy, and I have the Online Course Creator Academy, and we didn't know this.
We didn't know it. And so then, of course, I think most people in the online space would be like, oh, well, that's close, that's a similar name to my program, and we're competitors, et cetera. But for me, in all my many years of business, I always believe in collaborating with people and having friendly competitors. So it didn't, turn me off on working with Kim. In fact, we really enjoyed working together because we're doing a lot of the same things. And so we were talking about New Kajabi and Thinkific, and she's like, I checked out New Kajabi a while ago, but, she started asking me questions about New Kajabi, and then I started asking her questions about Thinkific, and we were both being really unbiased and, oh yeah, that's a good feature that one has, or, oh, I didn't know they had that. So we thought, why don't we do a workshop on it, because there's probably a lot of people out there trying to decide between the two. And
Yeah,
so now that's why we're here today.
Yeah, they're both great platforms. And I think, often we don't know, from a sort of an expert's perspective, all of the different features that it has, either one of them. So that's super important to know before you go ahead and, sign on with the platform.
And exactly. And I, as a course creation specialist, which is what you are, I take all of the courses that are out there on creating courses. And so I'm in a lot of the Facebook groups. I'm in Amy Porterfield's Courses That Convert, which is a fabulous program. And Derek Halpern has 7-figure courses. And there's all these, and I'm in all of those groups, and I see people all the time, like, I don't know which platform to use. And then one of the things, to be honest, it was a little frustrating for me, is people would say, oh, well, new Kajabi is so expensive. And I'm like, are you serious? Do you realize what all you get in new Kajabi if you're a new entrepreneur? And if you go with their base plan, you can be up and running for under $100. But I found that because so many people were saying, oh, it's so expensive, people were just writing it off.
Right. And everyone's got an opinion, right? Like, based on what we love, we have an opinion. And sometimes we don't hear the full perspective in order to make our own sort of educated decision about what we want to go with.
Right. So just because somebody thinks a certain thing, that doesn't mean it's right for you, because you don't know what your situation is. You might, and those are some of the things that we're going to dig into. So when someone says to me, Catherine, which is better, new Kajabi or Thinkific, I always say, well, I love new Kajabi and that's what I use. However, what's best for you, it just depends. It depends on what you need. So you kind of have to do a little more digging to find out what they need before you know what's best for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So with that, so I wanted to introduce you. I want to have you tell everybody that's watching us via Zoom and via the live stream a little bit about yourself. I'll talk a little bit about myself, and then we'll put in a link to the the worksheet that we created for you.
Yeah, you know what? I could probably do that right now while it's still in my, nope, it's not. I'll have to go back and grab it in a second. So I'll do a quick intro and then I'll drop the worksheet in there.
Okay, perfect.
So should I just start, Catherine?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and tell us about Brainy Girl, which I love that name, by the way.
Thank you. So my real name is Kim Garnett, better known as Brainy Girl, because my business is Brainy Girl. And so I work with course creators, online course creators specifically, helping them with the technology and marketing to launch and sell their courses. So as you know, there's, platforms and software, and how do you hook this with this? And am I supposed to run a webinar, an email sales funnel? What's, all of this? It's very confusing for those who are, relatively new course creators. And so what started as a virtual assistant business moved into an online business management business, and then into a very specialized service. And then most recently, I've started creating my own courses for this particular business. I've been creating online courses for a while now, so I really firmly believe that I have to get my hands dirty in something before you can lead someone else to be able to do it. And so I've just recently launched the Online Course Creator Academy, which is exciting. And I was super thrilled to be able to meet you. And I have to tell everyone that you have been so accommodating and so sweet. And I think you and I both believe, and I said this, before, that we can all play nice in the sandbox. And that pertains to people and platforms. So
I love that.
One specific platform or software that's perfect for everyone. There is enough room for everyone. And it's just about deciding, which is your better match. And the same with people. We can collaborate like this, and it actually, I think, furthers our business versus the whole, their competition, I don't want to talk to them. Right?
I know. People think I'm really crazy. So I have a Facebook group called the Course Creators Community, and I invite other course creation specialists into it. And people are like, Catherine, I get private messages. Why are you letting your competitors in the group? So because they have a lot of value. They can bring a lot of value to the people that are in my group. And that saying, if you just help enough people get what they want, then, or I know I'm saying it wrong, then you'll get what you want, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't mind doing that at all. I think it's great for everybody. So a little bit about myself then. Thank you, Kim. So I have the Digital Business Boutique, and it's a fairly new business, to be quite honest, probably under 2 years old. I have been a professional and corporate trainer for the last 25 years, which kind of dates me. And I was blessed to be the director of training for a Fortune 500 company. And I had a lot of contracts, training contracts with Fortune 500 companies as well. But what that meant is that I was traveling all over the country, you know, and I had two young, cute, I must say, little kiddos at home while I was traveling all over the country. And we were making a lot of money, but our overhead was really high as well. You can imagine, you know, the hotel rooms and the venues and shipping supplies and materials. And my husband said, you know, why don't we figure out how to do that online thing? And I'm like, what do you mean that online thing? And so because he was more into the technology part of it. So he helped me take all of the things that I was teaching offline, and put them online. And this was way back in the day before Kajabi existed, before Thinkific existed. Frankly, I think before even a lot of the membership site plugins existed. So we built an online platform from scratch, which was a nightmare. And it broke all the time, which is why I'm grateful to have the new Kajabi team behind me all the time, because I can just go on live chat now. I don't have to schedule a call with the programmer in India anymore. So anyway, so we built our online business, and I created multiple membership sites, over 100 online courses. And I must say, I just have to share this with you. I've been creating membership sites since back in the day when the people that taught you how to create membership sites send you this instead of it being an online course. So I was laughing when I found this the other day. So I've created multiple membership sites, which has created a lot of recurring income. And then the most exciting thing for me is last year we sold our online education business that we built. And so then my husband said, well, you can pretty much retire now. You don't have to work if you don't want to, but that's just not in my DNA. So now what I do is work part-time helping other professionals that have been delivering their message offline to figure out how to deliver it online so they can have a lot of the freedom that I enjoy and increase their revenue, and most importantly, serve more people than they can in the offline world.
Yeah, it allows that scalability, right? That
exactly.
In the business, and it creates freedom and revenue and all of those wonderful reasons why people go into course creation.
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we've got the worksheet for everybody. Did you go ahead and post that in the comments?
I dropped it in there, yeah.
Okay, and then let's put it in it. And everybody, it's also in the chat. If you're with us right now via Zoom, you can download the worksheet as well.
I'm actually just going to drop the Google Drive link in there. I know it's a bit long, but that way you can just click on it. It'll take you right through to the PDF.
All right, perfect. And then what I'm going to do is share my screen right now, and then we can go over that worksheet. So if everybody can download it, it's not a pretty worksheet. We didn't have a lot of time from the time we came up with the idea to do this workshop. So it's not so pretty, but we made sure there was enough room for you to take all your notes, because we're going to cover a lot of information for you here.
Yes,
so, and I do have a couple housekeeping items. So we do have, if you're on Zoom, you can ask questions through the Q&A. And of course, if you're watching us through the live stream, you can ask questions, as you know, in the comment box. But mind you, Kim is covering a lot of material right now. And as fabulous as I think we are, we can't monitor 4 chats and a Q&A and teach at the same time. Maybe you can, Kim, but I know I can't.
We can multitask somewhat. Yeah. So
I can't. In fact, just to be very honest, I was so excited about doing this workshop when I was getting ready. I accidentally put my lip liner on my eyes. So that took me a little. So if that gives you any indication, I can't monitor all these chats while we're teaching.
Well, I'm seeing some questions come in. So I think what we're going to ask is that people hold their, you can put your questions in the question area. And then if you can hold on to or wait a little bit, and we'll get to those questions later on in the workshop. Is that right, Catherine?
Yeah, that would be ideal. We would appreciate that. And the other thing too is Kim and I promise, and I'm pretty sure Kim will as well, we'll circle back after the live stream and the webinar and continue to answer questions.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Sorry, Catherine, I'm just seeing a couple of people in the chat here saying that where to access the worksheet. So if you ladies, the ones who just wrote in, if you could just confirm that you were able to download the worksheet there. It was sent out by email this morning by you, Catherine. And it's also in chat there. There's a really long link. You can just, you should be able to.
Yeah, someone's saying it's not in the chat, and it actually is. It's at the very top. So let me just grab it and we'll stick it in the chat again for everybody.
Fabulous, thank you.
All right. Okay, Karen, I think you said that you were the one that couldn't see it, so let us know if you can see it now. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and pull it up myself and do my screen sharing right now so that we can follow along.
Fabulous, I'll pull up my notes as well.
Share screen, and then I'm going to pull it up. Give me 1 second here. I'm just trying to minimize this so I can grab the worksheet now. Hold on 1 second here, please. Okay, I'm going to pull that up and hit screen share. And then Kim, you just let me know if you can see it.
Absolutely.
All right, here it is.
Tiny little Catherine, but we can see it behind the current screen. There we go.
Got it?
Got it.
All right. And hopefully if you can look in the chat and make sure that people still see that the worksheet.
Yes.
And you know what? We can put it in the live stream. Can you put it maybe in the live streaming comments as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Hold on a second. There is, I can't see anything in the chat, link or comment, still not seeing it. Okay, for everyone who is trying to see it, do you have the chat window open on the webinar? Someone, Karen says she grabbed it from the email. So Sharon and Elsie, you guys have it now? Oh yes, chat is open, but you're not seeing the link?
Do you see the chatting? Do you see the comments?
Oh, Toby just posted it again, and I'll post it one more time in here. Oh, here we go. Okay, now attendees should be able to see that. I think it was just posting to panelists. So that was you and I seeing it.
See how excited
the rest of the crew.
See how excited we are?
Here we go. Okay, everyone's got it now. We're good, Catherine.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you, everybody. And I also have it right here on the screen. You should be able to see it right now. So we're going to get started. We have a lot we want to cover with you. And our promise to you is that we're going to be completely straightforward, completely unbiased, in a really friendly way. In other words, you know, Kim and I aren't going to be trying to strangle each other as we argue about which platform is better. We'll wait and do that afterwards, right, Kim?
I did want to call this a showdown. Catherine didn't want to go for that.
Yeah, a showdown. I think you also used the word face-off or something.
Yeah, yeah.
So, anyways, so on this worksheet, oh, and full disclaimer, Kim, you had a disclaimer you want to make sure that we made.
Yeah, so I just wanted everyone to know that I'm not affiliated with Thinkific. I'm not employed by Thinkific. I just happen to be a huge fan of theirs. I am listed on their experts directory, but I'm an independent contractor and have no affiliation directly with Thinkific. So I just like to put that out there because a lot of people think that because I talk about Thinkific a lot and I'm kind of a devout fan, that I must be affiliated, and I'm actually not. So I just wanted to make sure that was clear to everyone.
And I could probably say ditto on everything she just said about me with Kajabi. So I do help out a lot in the new Kajabi. They have a great Facebook group, and I think you help out a lot in the Thinkific one as well.
Yeah.
And we're going to share training resources with you at the very end, you know, some links to some free things that you can go to for more training. And also, full disclaimer, of course, you know, we're business people as well. We're putting this training on for you. We did include our affiliate links. So that is what's on the worksheet. If you don't want to, if you want to sign up for either platform but not through our worksheet, then by all means go direct. But Kim was able to secure this promotion with Thinkific that if you sign up through her link, Kim, they get $50 when they go to an upgraded account. Is that right?
Yeah, so when they go to a paid account, they'll get a $50 credit on that.
Okay, perfect. So why don't we, do you want to just go over the different plans? So the first thing we wanted to talk about was pricing, because like I mentioned, I hear that in a lot of Facebook groups, like, oh, new Kajabi is so expensive, or oh, this one has a free plan, but people don't always understand what the limitations might be to a free plan, or when they might need to upgrade to a paid plan, etc. So we thought we'd go over the pricing structure with both platforms, and then we're going to go over the features.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that the pricing will become more apparent as we dive into the features, at least the Thinkific, Catherine.
Okay.
You need to read a list of, what you get, but if you don't really understand what some of those things mean, like white labeling, what is white labeling? Why do I need it? What is it for? And what package do I get it with? Then the pricing won't really make sense.
Right.
So, I mean, what I would say is that you can start with a free plan on Thinkific and stay on a free plan for as long as you want.
Okay.
So what basically happens is their tiered pricing system. So with the free plan, you don't pay anything for the month to month, but they take 10% of your transaction fees. So that would be when someone purchases something through your Thinkific site, they'll keep 10% of that. And then of course your credit card company processor will keep 3% or 3.5%. That's standard across the board. So as you move up in the pricing tiers, I think the second tier, they keep 5%, and the third tier, they don't keep anything. So you pay a little bit more per month, but you don't pay anything in transaction fees. And then as you go up in the packages, you have access to more features, which we're going to dig into in the features section.
Perfect. So one of the things, if anybody from New Kajabi is listening, close your ears. But one of the things I love about Thinkific is sometimes I do work with people that are creating courses that really, really are on a super, super tight budget. Yeah. Super tight budget. They already have a website and a blog. They've been doing that for years, but they're on a budget. And so what I do like about the starter plan is that they can get started without paying anything while they're building out their courses, and even do their first soft launch or launch. And then what I always recommend is once the courses start selling, you just have to do the math on this 5% transaction fee or 10%. And I'm sorry, that's a little hard to read, but where was the 10% one?
That's the starter plan.
Oh, right here. Excuse me. Right. So do the math on it with the 10% or the 5% transaction fee, and look at the courses that are coming in, and then you'll know when you can upgrade to the business plan.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that's really important to keep in mind, Catherine, is I also work with like a lot of clients who don't want to pay anything for it off the bat until they're making money, and but they want these features. And it's the same as everything. Sometimes you have to pay a bit to get the features that you want. And so my return on investment for 1 month of, even the business plan, it's one course, right? I have to sell one course to cover the cost of my Thinkific site.
Right.
So I put it in perspective of, if I'm selling, 50 courses a month, and 1/50th of what I've sold actually goes to pay for my site. So you've got to look at the return on investment,
right?
The price by itself, I think.
Right. So one of the points you made is that with Thinkific, and I've got a chart, we're going to scroll down a little bit where we show what's in each of the plans. What you're saying is to move from, the $0 plan to move up. Then when you do that, you get additional features.
Yes. Yes.
So that's one of the things that you'll want to be aware of, is what are those other features that in order to get, you'd have to pay more, so that you don't go into it thinking, oh, I'm going to get all of the features with the $0 plan.
Yeah, absolutely. Because there's every business is a business. So no business can charge nothing and give you all of their features.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
And if I may, that's one of the things I noticed, the difference between Thinkific and New Kajabi is you pay more to go to the different plans for different features. And what I've seen with the New Kajabi is a majority of the features are in their base plan. It's not a free plan, but the majority of the features are there, and you only pay to go to the next plan once you have more students or need more courses or need to do more email marketing. But the base features that we're going to go over are all in their, the features that we're going to go over are pretty much all in the basic plan, with the exception of a few. So it's interesting how they each company does it a little different in terms of what they consider you to upgrade to the next
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so that's so you have the pricing there for Thinkific, and of course the difference was between if you were paying annually or paying monthly. What's your recommendation on that? Do you recommend people start out monthly if they're brand?
Yeah, I would suggest that for any platform, really, until you get your feet wet and make sure that it's the right platform or software for you. I would always suggest starting with monthly. And if you find that it is, then obviously when you buy the annual plan, there is some savings there. So once you know it's the right platform, software, app, whatever it is, then you can dive in. But I always say month to month until you get your feet wet with it.
That's a good point. I'm wondering, this is a good question that I should know for my clients, is if you can start out at monthly and then upgrade to annual. I'm sure they would let you.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. And you can upgrade at any point with Thinkific too. So you don't have to wait till a certain, like, you know, I could upgrade tomorrow to the advanced plan if I wanted to.
You can. Okay. And I think if I remember correctly, so I told you I used Thinkific when I was waiting for new Kajabi to launch because I had a course I had to get out.
Yeah.
And so I built it on the free plan. And then once I pulled the trigger to start selling it, I upgraded to the paid plan because I think I sold a lot in a week. I think it was like 20,000 plus. So I didn't want to pay 10% of that.
Yeah.
But then when I stopped marketing it and people still needed access to the course, I do think I downgraded it to the free plan. So I mean, I lost a couple features, but they weren't applicable to me.
Right. So I think that's, you know, part of what you've got to weigh out, right? Is, are these features that I'm going to need long-term, short-term, and to have the ability, you don't have to wait a year to upgrade or downgrade. I like that about these guys.
Yeah. All right, super. So let me move down now to the new Kajabi pricing. So again, full disclaimer, I have my affiliate link in here, and that allows you to get 15% off of any of the plans that you see. And so that was why I was telling you I got a little frustrated when I heard people in the Facebook group just say, oh, new Kajabi is so expensive. When in reality, if you look right here, so this is their monthly plan, and then this is their annual. So if you just get their basic plan, which in my opinion is more than enough for people getting started, you actually, with the 15% discount, is $87 a month.
And can I interject here, Catherine? I think something that you said to me that I actually didn't know. So Thinkific is an LMS. It's a learning management system. It's a platform to host your courses. Okay. It is not an email program. It is not, you know, so you mentioned a bunch of different features that new Kajabi has. That's sort of a much more, it sounds like all-in-one than Thinkific is. So when you're, you know, when we're comparing, we have to remember that it's not apples to apples because new Kajabi is not just an LMS.
Right, exactly. And that kind of goes back to what you and I were talking about in the beginning of this workshop, that's why when people just say, oh, use Thinkific or use Teachable or use whoever, but it depends. It depends on the person. So like in your case, when you and I were having our initial conversation and you said, I already have my blog, I already have my website, I already have my email marketing platform, I already have my lead pages. So all you needed was a course delivery platform.
Yeah.
And a lot of you that are watching this workshop, that may be all that you need is a course delivery platform. So you could go with either Thinkific or Kajabi, but if you're brand new and you're not very technologically, did I say that right?
Yes.
Technologically skilled or talented, or if you're more challenged there like I am, and you don't want to set up a WordPress site and a blog and then duct tape your payment processor and your email marketing and all of those things cost money. And I think you told me you were paying over $200 a month, didn't you, for all of the things that you need that were in new Kajabi?
Yeah. And let's remember, I'm a bit of a tech geek, right? So I don't have like the basic email marketing plan that's $29 a month, right? I don't have that one. So I have a higher, I mean, mine is a higher price point because I have a more robust email marketing program.
Okay.
Lead pages I use for external landing pages. Now, do you have to? For Thinkific? No, Thinkific has its own course landing pages, but I use those for driving traffic or lead magnets or video training or whatever else. So I use that as an external. So if I look at, again, price points are going to differ depending on whether you're with ConvertKit or Drip for your email marketing, right? Whether you're using landing pages or Thrive themes, or lead pages or Thrive themes. There's so many variables,
right,
that you really have to compare apples to apples.
I agree. So yeah, thank you for bringing that up. So here's the pricing here. And if you, so we're going to kind of go over what features are in the basic and which ones are in the most popular one. And then we'll do that with the Thinkific as well. So let me scroll down here. And this is where this is where we've listed on the worksheet all of the different plan features for you. And I know it's a little blurry here when we're screen sharing, so I apologize, but hopefully it's a little clearer on the worksheet. So you can see here how there's more features, the higher that you go in terms of what you're paying, where with a new Kajabi, the main difference, when you end up paying more if you have more students or need more emails, etc. Otherwise, the majority of the features are going to kind of be the same. Even with this basic plan, the big difference that I've seen with the basic plan is that it just doesn't include the affiliate program that they have. So again, if you're just getting started creating your online business, you might not even be to the point where you're working with affiliates yet. Mm-hmm. So what Kim and I did is we took all these features that you see on both of these websites and we kind of compiled them and put them into this handy dandy little, not very pretty worksheet for you, but we made sure that you had a lot of room to take notes.
Yeah, and you did a beautiful job of putting it together.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Anyways, so let's get started and let's talk about, so we're going to talk about each of the features and we're just going to go back and forth and share what we know about each of the platforms. We're going to ask each other questions if we don't understand how a feature works. And then if you have questions, jot them down because again, at the end, we're going to answer questions. And then we thought we would like to do a demo where we went behind the scenes to show you what it looks like from a student perspective, and then behind the scenes from an administrative perspective. But then we realized we're going to go far too long just going over all the features. So we think we're going to circle back with a second workshop where we do just that.
Yeah, and can I just, for those of you who are with us right now, drop a comment in and let us know whether you'd like us to sort of take you behind the scenes of these two and do another workshop for that.
Yeah, that would be a fun workshop to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get started on support then. So what do you think are the main differences between support, or should we talk about the support that we've experienced?
Yeah, I think that's a great way. I mean, I think that you are very familiar with New Kajabi and I'm very familiar with Thinkific. Mm-hmm. So I think being able to give our opinions based on our experience with them would be awesome.
Okay.
As far as support goes, as far as I'm concerned, that's really where Thinkific shines. Okay. Their customer support is like no other I've ever experienced. And this really is very unbiased. I've been in touch with them as a client. I've been in touch with them as one of the experts on their directory. I've been in touch with them on behalf of clients. So in a number of different capacities. And the customer support doesn't change. So this has been my experience with some other platforms, is the level of customer services changes based on how much you're paying, or how many students you have, or how much revenue you've made, or your title. None of that changes with Thinkific. It does not matter if you're a new course creator or you've been at it and you're making $1 million a year. It doesn't matter. Their customer support is, for me, second to none. So they've got an amazing Facebook group, great Thinkific community, lots of really helpful people in there, and they're active in there all day, every day. So you never wait long for an answer to a question or a suggestion, right, there, which is awesome. And I think there's about 9,000 in the group now. And so you have access to a ticket support system, and that would be right through your account. Okay. And my experience has been, it's generally, it can be anywhere from 30 minutes to 3 to 4 hours for an answer, depending on how many people they have on staff and what they're doing. But I have to tell you this, because this turns my crank about Thinkific. I actually got in touch last week. I sent an email about something, and Greg Smith, who's the CEO of Thinkific, responded. And so what they do in their company is everyone filters through the customer support center. So everyone, doesn't matter what position you have there, has to spend some time every week in the customer support emails. And that allows them to stay connected to what their customers are saying, what their needs are, what their concerns are, what their questions are. So
I love that. I love that. We did that a lot in my other online education business. I actually made my husband do customer support. That was fun.
Yeah, well, it's a great way to know what that actual interaction is like. There's no differentiation between the decision makers and the ones who are on ground level, right? I love it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So now that you got to brag about Thinkific, I'll brag a little bit about the new Kajabi support. So I've been with new Kajabi since I created one of my membership sites with them back in 2013. And so they have live chat, which I love. I love being able to just live chat, get an answer, screen share, look at something, and then move on. Now, the live chat is not in their basic plan. It's in their pro and their premium plan. But their turnaround time for email is very, very quick, within a few hours. But in their Facebook group, the last time I counted, they have 14 Kajabi team members in their Facebook group. Nice. And when on this worksheet, we have a link to the new Kajabi Facebook group if you want to go check it out, even if you're not a customer. And you, just like you said, Kim, you'll see the Kajabi staff in there all the time answering questions and doing little, screen recording videos. And then there's quite a few hardcore Kajabi experts in there who help people build out Kajabi sites and courses, and they're in there all the time helping. So nice. The support, I think, is just amazing. And even the president of Kajabi is inside the Facebook group helping even on weekends, which really surprised me. And a change that I've seen lately in the group is that it's evolving from more than just technical support, like how to use the application, how do you get your course up, how do you upload your video. It's changing a lot now to more of a mastermind group where they're teaching new people, how you build your list and how you do your marketing and how you launch your course. And they're offering something now called a Kajabi 28-day challenge, where you log in and every day you're given something new to do. And by the end of that 28 days, you've got your lead magnet, your landing page, your course, etc. So they're doing a lot more hands-on training in terms of not just the technical part, but also building your business.
Excellent. And that customer support in whatever platform you're looking at is so important, because for those who are, semi-new to it, there's a lot of questions that you're going to have, and a lot of, how do I do this? And why would I do this versus this? And has anyone else done this? And to have a community of support like that is invaluable, especially when the team are on site and helping out and kind of moderating and making sure that they're not being steered in the wrong direction, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah. And so therein lies another one of my pet peeves you just reminded me of when you were talking about the community and the support and the live chat and the email and all the help. The other pet peeve I have is I see people say, oh, well, a fully hosted course platform like New Kajabi or Thinkific, it's expensive. You have to pay every month. I'm going to go do the WordPress membership site plugin and duct tape everything together myself. And they're really not very good with technology. Then you end up having to hire programmers and developers, and you don't have a live chat, and you can't send an email and have Greg, contact the president of the company, contact you. You're on your own with WordPress, aren't you? You would know that more than I.
Yes, and you don't have a development, so for me as a course creator, I want to know that not only do I have tech support in the background if I need it, but that there's a development team working on features and how they can best assist their customers so that I can best assist my customers. So I don't need to worry about the development of the product or needing this or that. They take care of that so I can focus on my learners and my customers.
Right. You don't have to worry about updating plugins or having where you're hosting your WordPress, where you're hosting your videos, and then you're hosting your PDF somewhere else. So yeah, you have to pay every month, but to me, it's a flat fee that you can budget into your business, and you have that support team behind you.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, think about what you pay for tech support. If you were going to use, like one of the big sort of geek tech supports, if you had them on call on a monthly basis to be able to help out, how much would that cost you?
A lot.
Yeah.
So that's my little rant about whether you should go with a fully hosted platform versus a do-it-yourself. You might think you're saving a little money in the short term, but it ends up costing a lot more in the long term, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree. That was fun.
Okay.
I like that
Cool.
one.
So free trial. Does Thinkific have a free trial?
So they don't have a free trial, but they have a free account. So you can stay in a free account status for as long as you want. It's not like a 30-day trial. And again, that's the one that's got the 10% transaction fees on the free account.
Right.
It does have more limited features, but it has enough features that you could go on and sell your course and start the process, launch your program using the free account.
Okay.
Unlimited students, unlimited courses on the free account. So I think that's a great feature. Some of the things it doesn't have on the free account are bundles. So you couldn't do a membership site on the free account. You can sell individual courses.
Okay.
You couldn't be white labeled. So it's going to say Thinkific on your site somewhere. There's some things like that I think are important to have. But you can absolutely stay on the free program for as long as you want and sell your courses.
Right. And again, you would just do the math to figure out when it makes sense to upgrade to the paid one.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. And then website. So, excuse me, free trial, New Kajabi. So New Kajabi has a 14-day free trial. And then I mentioned the New Kajabi 28-day challenge that they have. If you sign up for their challenge, they double that 14 days to a 28-day free trial.
Great.
So so I love that. So then moving on to the website, and this was a point that you so kindly made for me over on the Kajabi side, and that is that New Kajabi is not just a platform just to sell your courses. So for example, a lot of the people that I talk to that use Thinkific, they have a separate website, a separate blog, a separate email marketing program, a separate landing pages software program, and then they use Thinkific to host their courses, and then they link the two together. Is that fair?
That's, okay. I think for the majority of Thinkific customers, I would say that's probably the case.
Okay. So with New Kajabi, you can use they call it a site. When you're looking at their pricing, it's called a site. And to me, that's a little confusing because a site could actually be your full-blown website with your About Me page, your blog, your store with all your courses, any other pages that you want to add, your opt-in forms. So it could power your entire business, or you can go the same thing that people do with Thinkific. An example I would bring up would be Brendan Burchard. He has his website, but then he only uses New Kajabi as his course site. So when you go to his site, it doesn't look like a website per se. It has all of the little thumbnails for all of the courses, and he links them together. So you can do both with New Kajabi.
So that's a nice feature for those who don't have a website. I like having a website because I want to, it's a WordPress website and I want to own it, right? If I decide to stop using Thinkific at some point and go with another LMS, I need to be able to still have my home base. And so that's why I have a website, and then it's just directly connected to my Thinkific site, right?
Wonderful. Anytime if you wanted to.
Yeah, but I think it's a great option as far as an all-in-one option.
Yeah, I think I'm finding what I see in the Facebook group is that it's a great option for a lot of people that are brand new to building their online business.
Yeah.
But frankly, I have seen a lot of people start switching their WordPress site over to New Kajabi. But in the beginning, they were just linking like you were talking about.
Right. And again, pros and cons, like what are you going to do with your website? If you're going to have a website that's just going to sit there, well, you might as well not even have your own website.
Right.
If you're not going to do anything with it.
Right.
And business owners get busy. They create a website and then it sits there and goes stagnant.
Very good. Good point.
Right. I mean, that could be a detriment, having a separate website if you're not going to do anything with it.
So again,
Kajabi would be kind of a cool feature because you're in it all the time. You're going to remember to add fresh content to it, right?
Right. And the other thing I like is that when people are coming to your website, they can opt in on using one of the opt-in forms. They can go to the blog, read your blog post. They can click a button and see all your courses. And then there's a little login button on the top navigation bar, so they can log in and see all the courses. Go to a library that shows all the courses they've purchased.
Okay, that's a cool feature. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know Thinkific, when you log in, you'll see all the courses as well. And that's the other thing that I like compared to going with the WordPress route, because I think that every time you create a course, if you have to create a separate WordPress site with another plugin for the most part. I mean, I could be speaking wrong on that.
For Thinkific users?
No, for if you went the WordPress route, like to create your online course, and now you want to create another course and then another course, don't you have to keep setting up new sites?
Well, it depends on how you want to do it, right? If you're going to have a different site for every course, versus the plugin, like there are LMS plugins.
Are there?
Yeah. But I've done LMS plugins and I'm super tech savvy, and I gave that up really quickly.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So it's really easy with both Thinkific and Kajabi to keep adding courses to your platform.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so moving on, the blog. Does Thinkific have a blog?
Like a Thinkific blog, or the ability for me to have a blog on the
site? For you to have a blog on your site.
No, not really. I mean, you can add additional pages to your Thinkific site. So I guess in theory you could have a blog there. I don't think most people do, though. I think most people have a blog elsewhere, probably on their website, and then you might put a custom link on your, so at the top of at your Thinkific site, you have, custom links, which will either open a page within Thinkific or an external link. So I have my blog on my website, WordPress website, linked from my Thinkific site.
Okay, perfect.
But not really on Thinkific. There's not a blog feature.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so Kajabi does have a full-blown blog that you can do all your blogging right on the same website where your courses are. Okay, so then white label. Do you want to explain what white label means, and then we'll see if both of the platforms offer that?
Yeah, absolutely. So white label, for those who don't know, just means the ability to not have the company that's hosting that that site have branding all over it. You can actually brand it with your own branding, and you're not going to see, if you go to my Thinkific site, you're not going to see Thinkific anywhere on my website. It's going to be my colors. It's going to be my logo. It's white label. So the white label is available on Thinkific on the business plan. Okay.
So not on the free plan. And the same thing with, if you get their basic plan, the one that I was telling you was the 87, would say powered by Kajabi on the bottom, and you can't remove that. But if you go to the Pro or the Premier, then same thing, you can remove that.
Yeah, and from a business perspective, it makes sense, right?
Sure, of course it does. It's fair.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then what about a custom domain? So for example, mycourse.newkajabi.com or mycourse.thinkific.com. Can you do a custom domain with Thinkific?
Yeah, absolutely. So you would register your custom domain with your own host, and then you could use that domain to power your Thinkific site. Okay. So that is available on the Essentials plan. So that's the one up from the free plan. You can add a custom domain. Again, on the free account, you can't add a custom domain.
Okay. So it would say your course.thinkific on the free plan.
Yeah, it's going to be .thinkific.com, and then to the Essentials, and you wanted a subdomain. So you can have your site, and then your subdomain could be courses.whatever.com. So a lot of people use a subdomain on their Thinkific site versus a primary domain.
Okay, perfect. And then with Kajabi, the custom domain is available on all three plans. So, and so again, that's where, you can see now, hopefully you see the theme of what we're trying to share with all of you. It just depends. So if you want a free plan, but you really want to have a custom domain, then, you'll need to upgrade to the next higher plan. So then it's not necessarily free.
Yeah, absolutely. And what about SSL on?
Yes. Yep, we do have that with Kajabi. You have to set up a free account with Cloudflare. And then you just integrate the two, and then you have your SSL.
Got it. Okay, so with Thinkific, you literally just throw the switch, and it's on SSL now.
Okay, and even with the custom domain?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
And I will admit, I did need to get a little help with my Cloudflare account. Okay, so then moving on to site admin. So, like you and I, platforms, we're the admin for our platform or for our, our site.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you, I'll go first this time.
Yeah.
Do Kajabi. Do Kajabi on the basic plan. You get one. You get one site admin, and that you can determine what that person can see. Excuse me. So no, it would just be me. But on the next plan up, they have their Premier and their Pro. There are additional admins. So then you could have your VA set up and go in there and help you monitor, but not necessarily see the finances or the sales coming in, or delete your whole course. But you do have to upgrade to that middle plan in order to have more than one site admin.
Got it. So Thinkific is fairly similar with any plan. You've got your primary site admin, which would be the owner of the site. And then there's site admins and there's course admins on Thinkific.
Okay.
So site admins are site-wide, but have a little bit limited privilege as far as what they can see. They can't see a lot of the financial pieces of it.
Okay.
And then there's course admins. So I could set up a VA as to go in and set up a course for me. So here's all my stuff. Go into this specific course. So they don't have access to the rest of the site. They can't really do anything with the rest of the site. They only have access to that course.
Okay.
So for an additional site admin, that is on the advanced plan. You'd have to go advanced plan to get more than one site admin. But on the business plan, you can get up to 3 course admins.
Okay. Fair enough. That makes sense.
Yeah. So, and I actually like that because I like being able to give access to specific courses versus my entire Thinkific site.
Yeah, it definitely makes you feel a lot more secure.
Yeah, well, I don't want anyone shutting it down, or you like making, doing something in there and playing with it and doing something wrong. All of a sudden, you've got a major mess to clean up, right? So
right.
I like the course admin option.
All right, super. And then how about, can you speak to that with Thinkific? From what I recall, it was pretty good.
The advanced customization, so where your sound cut out a little bit. So this is one of the, I would say, sort of limitations of Thinkific, is that they have custom themes for your courses. So you can choose what landing page theme you're going to use for your course, and you can have different ones for each course if you want. I think there's 8 different sort of templates to choose from.
Okay.
They are launching literally within the next few days, probably this week, a drag and drop option. They don't have that right now.
Okay.
The way that the landing pages are laid out, or the course sales pages are laid out, depends on the theme. With the new drag and drop, you'll be able to put them where you want to put them.
Okay.
As far as landing page though goes on the Thinkific site, it's not customizable unless you actually go into the HTML or CSS code.
Okay.
It is a drawback because you can't make your landing page look the way you want it to look. It has the banner, the large image at the top, and then you've got all of your course cards underneath. Now, that being said, there are some experts who have created add-on buy separately themes that you can integrate in your Thinkific site.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, so they've kind of capitalized on that, not being able to customize it, and created a product to be able to make it look and feel a lot nicer.
Okay. I do remember that when I was creating my Thinkific course, that the sales page, I was very limited to what I could put on it because I don't know HTML.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
you only need HTML to be able to alter like the page, the home page, I would say, right?
Okay.
Where it shows all of your courses. When you go into the course though, you've got more ability to customize there now.
Okay, good to know. So as far as for new Kajabi for the advanced customization, Well, how would I explain? I'm trying to remember how Kenny explained this, but one of the things that made me so excited about New Kajabi was they built it so that somebody that was brand new and knew no technology could come in and completely customize whatever they wanted with their colors and their logos. And they do have the drag and drop. But then somebody like yourself, like a Brainy girl that would know HTML, could go underneath the hood and start customizing it. So it's kind of the best of both worlds,
Right.
Which I love. So yes, they have the advanced customization and the drag and drop as well. So it makes it really easy. In terms of themes for the courses, I think there might be 12 or more themes for each of the, and they don't call them courses, by the way, they call them products. Okay. So there's 12 or more themes. So every time you go to create a product, you can pick which theme works. So some of the themes work really good if you've got a large course or a large academy. Other themes work better if you've got a really small course, or maybe you just have a digital download or a webinar replay. So right. There are different product themes, and then you can customize those as well.
Yeah, that's a nice feature, and I know it's one of the things that there's a lot of talk in the Thinkific group about more customization. Really we need to have more customization. Right. Like branding's great, and being able to make it look and feel like your site, which I feel like it does on mine, but very limited as far as layout goes, right? Okay. So we all know the importance of landing pages and sales pages and the flow, and there isn't a flow on the homepage of the Thinkific site. So that is certainly a limitation of Thinkific for sure.
Okay. Yeah. You know, I was just thinking as we're saying this, it might make sense for those of you listening to maybe do the free trial on both plans. Sometimes I think until you actually go in and start playing around and see what it looks like, it's hard to make a decision.
Yeah, and it'll probably make more sense when they go in and do the free accounts or free trials. Now, having heard this and understanding some of the differences, they'll know what to look for, right?
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
So how about landing pages? I know we touched on it a little bit, but so you have course landing, like a landing page to sell the course with Thinkific, is that right?
Yeah, so you have your course sales pages or your course landing pages.
Okay.
And those, I actually created a little hack, and I use lead pages a lot. I took my lead page and I drop it into my course sales page on Thinkific. So my Thinkific course sales page looks very similar to a lead page because I design it in lead pages and I drop it into Thinkific. Oh. You don't have to do that. I just like the way it looks better.
And that's why they call you the Brainy girl.
Well, I also don't like playing around with they got, in Thinkific, there's a what you see is what you get editor, which is just, most people know what that looks like. You've got your little icon at the top and you can bold or italicize or headers or whatever. I don't like playing with all that formatting. I like it, sort of to look like the way that my brand looks, and then I just plunk it in to that. But yes, you can customize your course sales page to look exactly really the way that you want it to look.
Okay.
But there's no landing page themes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the areas, with all due respect, I think New Kajabi really has Thinkific beat in a big way, is that majority of the people that have New Kajabi have been able to cancel their lead pages account.
Nice.
Because if I were to take you behind the scenes right now and show you the amount of gorgeous landing pages that they have, and they're all drag and drop, they're all customizable. So you can use those landing pages not just to create a beautiful course sales page, you can use those landing pages to have people register for a webinar or a lead magnet or a freebie, or do a product launch where you do a series of emails and then you link to 3 different landing pages, that have a video on each of them. And you can host all your videos inside of New Kajabi as well on all of your landing pages.
Wow. So New Kajabi, the more we talk, the more I'm, realizing it's very much more a full service, all-in-one versus an LMS. Like, although it might be used as an LMS, it sounds very full service.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Full service, or you can use it just as an LMS.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So full-blown landing pages. Now, when they first came out with New Kajabi, I'm a founder. Did we have all those landing pages? No, but they've continued to add them over the last, year and a half, 2 years, and they keep adding landing pages as well.
Well, we know how important they are, so it's a key factor. You have one page to sell someone on once they get there, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So, okay. And I think that was actually a question that Michelle had posted as well. That again, for those of you that are just joining us, we're gonna answer all the questions at the end, and we've accumulated all the questions that you've already sent us. But of sales funnels.
Yeah, so sales funnels with Thinkific, again, it's an LMS, it's not an all-in-one solution. So sales funnels, email marketing is completely separate. It's not included in Thinkific. Now, there are some integrations. So Thinkific natively integrates with MailChimp, ConvertKit, and Aweber. I use Drip, so I use Zapier to, zap it. Any external email program, you can use Zapier to zap it. But all my email marketing is done in my email marketing service provider, not within Thinkific. Now, that being said, Thinkific does. I'm sorry, you're hearing scratching. It's my dog at the door. This is the joy of working.
Your dog wants to buy New Kajabi.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
He's trying to get at my credit card right now. That being said, Thinkific does have email capacity, not for for pretty simple emails. So for instance, if I wanted to sort all of my affiliates in Thinkific and send them an email with an update, I could do that within Thinkific. But it is not, I would never suggest that you use it as an email marketing service provider. It's just nice to be able to send out an update to people who are enrolled in a course, or people, affiliates or product payees or whatever it is. You can do that through Thinkific, but it's not a replacement for email marketing service provider.
Yeah, and I remember that when I used Thinkific, I could go in the back end and I could say, I want to send an email out to all the students that bought this course, but not that course.
Right.
I think I could even say, I want to send, oh no, I couldn't, because they had to already be in this. They had to have already bought to be on the back end of Thinkific. Is that correct?
Yeah, they already have to create an account.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So with New Kajabi, it's a little different then, because like you said, it's, full service. So you can, I mentioned all those landing pages that we have, and then we have an entire email marketing system in the back. And again, that's fairly, it wasn't available right when they came out with New Kajabi. They've slowly been adding it and enhancing it. So now we can do email broadcasts, and we can do email autoresponders, similar to what you can do in ActiveCampaign and Drip, etc. And you have your landing pages, and you have opt-in forms. So you literally can be, having people opt in on the form, and now they're on your email list. So you can still communicate with them regardless of whether they've created an account or purchased a course.
Right. Awesome.
So a lot of the people in the Facebook group have canceled their email provider and their landing pages. But to be frank, their email program, and they've even said it in the group, they're continuing to make it better. Some people prefer to keep their email provider like Drip, or I use Infusionsoft, because there's some more sophisticated like behavior type marketing, or if they click this, send them that, and that type of thing. So but go ahead.
Can you build automations in it? Like, can you build sequences in it?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Can go ahead.
Sorry, Catherine, your sound cuts out once in a while here.
Sorry.
So I'm interrupting you, and I didn't mean to. Sorry.
That's okay. So yes, they have email sequences, so you can go in and schedule a series of emails to go out.
Okay.
And what will trigger that series of emails is A, if somebody opts in on an opt-in form, or B, if they purchase a product, it'll trigger the out. And you can also put in a rule so that the sequence stops if somebody does buy something or sign up for something.
So limited triggers and actions.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give you, for instance, so with my email marketing service provider, I have, an automation that says, when they do this, take them off this campaign and put them on this campaign.
We can do the first step, but not the second step you just said.
Got it.
We can remove them.
Got it. So there's going to be some email marketing service providers that are more robust than that, and some that are probably on par with with New Kajabi. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. And they have told us they're going to be continuing to enhance the email platform. People are continuing to use their drip and until it. But again, for people that are new and getting started, that's,
yeah, it's a good solution because it's
more than enough
using for a lot of people.
Yeah. So I love that about their email. And then you can schedule the broadcast to go out at a certain time. And you can also do announcements inside your courses or your products. So instead of communicating with somebody via the email platform, you can go into your course and send them an announcement, and it'll keep a little on the top nav bar, it'll say announcements. So somebody can go in and see all the announcements that you've sent to them or posted about that course.
Oh, that's handy.
Or that membership site.
Right within their sort of student dashboard.
Exactly.
Cool. I like that feature.
Yeah. But in terms of sales funnels, though, and I know Michelle asked this, something that's fairly new, I think 2 months, I could be wrong, with New Kajabi is something that they've come out with called pipelines, where, again, because a lot of people are brand new to starting their business, they don't know about how to grow their list or do a promotion or a launch. So they have, and I wrote these down so I wouldn't forget them, they've created these pipelines where all you do is click on it and it builds the entire pipeline out for you, or sales funnel. So it'll build out the landing page where you have your free, your lead magnet and the opt-in. And then it builds out the opt-in form, puts them on your list, takes them to another landing page that delivers what you promised them. So they have one pipeline for a free report or a lead magnet. They've got another pipeline for a promotional offer. So they opt into a lead magnet and then get a series of emails, and then they get an email with an offer to buy a course.
Right.
And then they have a product launch pipeline. So all of those are built in, not only structurally with all of the pages, they give you sample copy, what to put in the emails and what to put on the sales pages. So you just have to go in and kind of fill in the blank.
Right. So Nancy, that's funny. Nancy and I are on the same wavelength here. She said similar to ClickFunnels. I was going to say it's very ClickFunnel-ish, right?
Very good. I hadn't thought of that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very sort of template oriented. This is what it looks like, which I think is, again, really good for new people who really are confused by, how do I put a sales funnel together? What am I supposed to put in it, right? Like there's so many questions around it. It sort of simplifies the process for them. Sorry, one thing, Nancy's saying pipelines is huge as people are beginning to leave ClickFunnels for New Kajabi. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, it sounds very ClickFunnel-ish, that the pipeline that they've got. And it's cool that they're working on more of that because it's needed.
Yeah, and I will say that the landing pages, the email marketing, and the sales funnel, everything I just mentioned to you, that is all in that base plan. It's not like you have to upgrade to a higher plan to get that. So it's in that plan that you can get for under $100. So you can see it's quite a savings if instead of paying for lead pages and active campaign and ClickFunnels, you just have to pay one fee.
Yeah. So just as I'm getting clarity here, it sounds like it is landing pages. Replace lead pages or something like that, or Insta pages. And then it's also email marketing.
Yep.
Service provider.
Yep.
Website.
Yep.
And LMS.
Yep. And a blog. And all right. Super.
Okay. So, my wheels are turning.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
And, I'm sure if you work with clients and help them build their courses, you might have, as some clients Thinkific will be better. And now that you understand this, maybe some clients, New Kajabi might be better. Yeah, again, it just depends, right? It depends.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to getting my hands dirty in a little bit, because when I was with New Kajabi or tried their trial out back in the day, but haven't really been in there since. So it's always good to have perspective when you're working with platforms, right, on what the other platforms do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think we covered the next two, course sales pages, and we covered email. I jumped ahead a little on that, so that's good. And then courses and products. So new Kajabi on the base plan, I'm going to pull it up right now, but you are limited to 5 products. And I know you said with Thinkific on the free plan and any of the plans, it's unlimited.
Unlimited courses. So when you say products, I'm not sure if that also refers to lead magnets in new Kajabi, or if you're just talking about like basically any kind of digital product. I'm assuming you could use new Kajabi for.
Yeah. So a product would be, you would create the product on the back end. It could be you delivering your digital download via a product. Then it would count as one. But if you just want to deliver your, lead magnet via email, then it wouldn't count as a product.
Got it. So yeah, there's unlimited courses or products in Thinkific, even from the free plan, and people use it for a number of different things. So some people might, do a webinar and then put that in Thinkific as a course or as a product and sell the webinar within the Thinkific platform. Or it might be a course, or it might be an ebook. Like, people are finding creative ways to be able to utilize it. With its current capabilities. So unlimited with a free plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so some could say that's a disadvantage on the base plan with new Kajabi, and that there are only the 5 products. However, again, the theme that I keep going back to is it depends. If you're creating your first online course, and that alone is going to take you, 3 to 4 to 6 months to create it, and then you always course and monetize your next course. I hear people say, well, I have unlimited courses. I always say, well, good luck. I'd like to see your first course.
Yeah.
So again, it depends. But if you're going to do a lot of like $97 courses, then I can see where you'd need a lot of courses. But if you're doing, a signature program, a $9.97 course or something like that, I think that 5 courses might last somebody a while, and hopefully if you need to create more, your business has grown and you can afford to upgrade to the next plan.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with that. I don't think that it's a benefit or a detriment having more than 5 more than 5 courses or products.
And I didn't disclose limitations on the base plan when it comes to the landing pages and the emails that I didn't mention. And that is that you can do up to 25 landing pages on the base plan, and you can have up to 1,000, you can send up to 1,000 marketing emails. So once you've grown your list past 1,000, then you probably would want to upgrade to their next plan. But again, hopefully that means you're making money.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what I didn't ask you about their email was, is it list-based or is it tag-based? Do you know?
So I would say the best way to describe it would be tag-based, because when I log in and I want to send an email, it'll say, okay, who do you want to send it to? Everybody that's a member of your site or not, or everybody that has opted in to XYZ form, or people that haven't opted into XYZ form, or everybody that's bought this product or hasn't bought that product. And you can do multiple filters, so you filter it down.
Perfect. So someone's not going, unlike something like MailChimp where it's list-based, you're not going to have the same person on 3 lists and they're going to count as 3 subscribers.
Correct. Yeah, they're only counted. And actually, let me clarify, and I might have misspoke. So you can have up to 1,000 active members on new Kajabi with the base plan. And what a member means is somebody that has actually purchased a product, whether it be free or paid. In other words, they created an account, username and password to access a product. They're considered a member. If somebody just opts into the landing page, they don't have an account, they're not considered a member. So you could have, 4,000 or 5,000 people on your list, but only, 900 people that have actually created accounts to access a course or a product. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes perfect sense.
Okay.
That's nice. Yeah, I like that.
And it's also 1,000 active members. So if you that have logged in within the last 30 days, so if you have all these members from years ago, those won't count towards you. So basically it's 1,000 people that are actively accessing the site.
Yeah, and I think there's more demand for that, right? As people sort of have lists that can grow old and stagnant, it's important to have, to be charged based on who's actually active in your subscriber list, not who's been on it for 10 years and has done nothing, right?
That seems fair.
Yeah.
So we kind of covered that. We already covered students. So I mentioned 1,000 with the base plan. You said yours is unlimited students, right? For Thinkific.
Yeah.
The next higher up plan with New Kajabi is 10,000 members. So that would probably cover you for quite a while.
Yeah.
And we kind of covered course themes, didn't we, Kim?
We did. That. Yeah.
How about payment processor?
Yeah, so payment processor with Thinkific is built in. So you have to use Stripe, which is a third-party payment processor, but it's natively integrated with Thinkific. So it looks as if Thinkific is collecting the payment. It's actually collected through Stripe and directly deposited into your account. I have been using Stripe for years and I have had no issues with them ever. And then PayPal as an option. So I think the first paid plan, you can use PayPal if you want.
Okay.
So PayPal and Stripe are the payment processors within there. And so the checkout card is all within Thinkific.
Okay, so I would say almost ditto with New Kajabi. Stripe is natively integrated as well, and I've never had any problems. And it was really easy to set up the Stripe account, and I could be selling courses that same day, which I love compared to in the olden days when I had to go set up all my own merchant accounts and I had to apply to American Express and apply to Visa. Oh my gosh. So Stripe is natively included and PayPal integration is coming soon. So that's one of the things that I've found with Kajabi in the group is that the developers and the team really listen, and people have been asking for PayPal for quite a while to be natively integrated. And so that's coming soon. And my assumption is PayPal will also be on their base plan. I think you said with Thinkific, it's on the paid plan.
Yeah, it's on the upgraded plan.
Yeah. So I'm making an assumption there that it would be included in the basic plan. And again, the plan costs money. The Thinkific one is free. So I totally get that.
Yeah, and I think that some people still think that PayPal is more trustworthy, but I think it really comes into play when PayPal can't be collected in certain countries or whatever. Stripe is sort of everywhere, and I've never had someone say, "Oh, I'm not using that payment processor."
Right.
Like I only use PayPal. It just has never happened. I think it's just. Payment processors are integrated in all of our online shopping now, and it's not just PayPal as the payment option now.
Right.
So I haven't had any issues with it at all.
Great. So what about payments? What types of payment plans can you set up with Thinkific?
Yeah, so there's lots of options. You can obviously have a free course. You can have a one-time payment. You can have a subscription-based payment. So either by month or quarterly or annually, or you can have a payment plan as well. So 3 payments of $99, right? Okay. So I think it covers, most of the different kinds of pricing that you would have. So you would have one primary pricing, and then you can add additional pricing options.
Perfect. And that's the same with New Kajabi as well. All the things that you mentioned, including the free trials as well.
Yeah.
So I did see that for subscriptions, though, is it correct with Thinkific that you have to go on the paid plan if you wanted to do a subscription?
I think it's the payment plan. It's either the payment plan or the subscription that you need to upgrade to a paid. Yeah, but it still offers one or not the other. I think it's payment plans that you can't, that you have to upgrade to the next paid plan to access that. Yeah. Okay.
All right, super. And then affiliate program, I already mentioned earlier that was one of the differences with, the 3 plans New Kajabi has. They don't offer the affiliate program on their base plan. You would have to upgrade to their middle plan, which is their pro plan, in order to get that.
Yeah, and I actually didn't look at whether I think it's available on all of the plans. I might be speaking out of turn. It might only be able to or be on the paid plans. But you still have the opportunity to I'm pretty sure you still have the opportunity to acquire credits based on, so really you can be an affiliate of Thinkific from the free plan up. In order for you to have affiliates,
you need
to be on one of their paid plans.
Okay. Yeah, and I just looked that up, but it looks like you can get that with their $49 a month plan. You don't have to go to the business affiliate. That's good.
It's on the essentials plan. I think you can get the affiliates, and I find it really easy to navigate the affiliate dashboard.
Okay.
You still have to pay them out externally through PayPal or whatever.
Okay.
So there is some manualness within the affiliate dashboard, but I think it's an easy affiliate dashboard, and you don't have to go to a third party to manage your affiliates, which I like.
What about the same with Yeah, that's the same with New Kajabi. Really good reporting on the back end and tracking, and then you pay externally when you are ready.
And what about affiliates? Do they have their own dashboard that they can log into?
Yes. Yes, they do. So they can see how many people have clicked on the link and what the conversions are, etc.
Perfect. Great. So very similar.
Yes, very similar. And then content hosting in terms of uploading your videos and your PDFs and your audios and slide decks, all that.
Yeah, it's all fully hosted. There's 11 different content types that you can use with Thinkific.
Okay.
From PDF, video, download, multimedia, et cetera, et cetera. And It's all hosted, and there's no additional cost for it.
Great. And the same with New Kajabi. It's all hosted in New Kajabi. I always do recommend that you keep your box or Google Drive, of course, but we can upload everything right into New Kajabi. So again, if you went the self-hosted route, you'd have to find a place for the videos to live and your PDFs to live and then integrate them all.
Absolutely. And the other, I will mention this because I really like this. It's a relatively new feature, I believe, on Thinkific, and that is that you can actually use your Thinkific site as backup. So if I wanted to grab one of my videos that's in a course, or in my video library in Thinkific, I can just go in there and click download, and I can download that video.
Very good. That's a great feature.
I love that feature. It's just super quick and easy rather than filtering through and trying to find the right video. I know exactly where to find it in my course, and I can just download it. That's a fairly new feature, isn't it? I think I read about that not too long ago. Yeah, it is relatively new. I quite like it.
Yes. Okay, so we're getting towards the end, folks, here, because we're over an hour here. I had a feeling that would happen. So let's see if we can zip through these native integrations. From what I saw, it was very similar between the two in terms of hooking it up with your email or Facebook pixels, etc.
Absolutely. So you've got Stunning for, there's some third parties that are natively integrated. Stunning can be integrated, which helps recover payments for subscriptions and payment plans that you might lose if someone doesn't update their credit card or whatever. Infusionsoft integration, Google Analytics, Facebook Pixel, MailChimp, ConvertKit, and Aweber. Everything else, as far as email goes, I connect through Zapier. A Credible for certifications that you want to issue, an internal discuss forum, and Me. Those are sort of the main native integrations in it.
Okay. Pretty much all of the ones you mentioned, I'm pretty sure are all in New Kajabi. Most of the native integrations in there, Zapier, of course.
Yeah.
The commenting feature in each of the products or courses is internal, but there is a way you can integrate, like with Discus, if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay, so Zapier integrations, very similar. Coupons and promotions, I think both platforms have done a good job, and those are available on all plans, I think, right?
I think the coupons are...
Oh, coupons are on the next up plan with Thinkific.
Yeah.
So on their $49 a month plan. Okay. So that's on all the plans with New Kajabi. And then how about upsells? So, and I'll explain what I mean by that. New Kajabi has where we go to a sales page, we buy a course, and then instead of getting redirected to a thank you page, we can get directed to an upsell. Like, do you now also want to add the VIP option or get this additional XYZ? And then you just click on it, and then they have both.
No, so Thinkific does not have that. We have the upsell option as far as right on the landing page. Well, actually, that's not true. You can have it on the landing page, or you can have it on the thank you page to upsell to a different product.
Okay.
But really, it's just a button. It's not a full landing page unless someone clicks on it.
Okay.
So again, one of the products that one of the Thinkific experts has developed allows you to alter all of that without touching any code. So it really is, it's not the best as far as a flow to upsell them along the journey.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
And then what about one-click upsells? So for example, with New Kajabi, when they log into my account, because if they've already bought a course, their credit card is in the system.
Yeah.
And then if they see another course that they want, they click on it, it's just a one-click upsell. Do you have that on Thinkific?
Their credit card is held in their own account, the students or learners account.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess it would be a one click.
Okay, perfect. All right, so then bundling courses, where if you create 5 courses and you can sell them individually, or you can bundle them all together for one price and sell them all together.
Yeah, so I have 2 Thinkific sites. One sells individual courses only, and the other one is actually membership only. But you could have membership and individual. So membership, I mean bundles, right? You could do bundles. I use it as a membership option. So all of the courses are within a membership. And I've done that all on Thinkific. So that's absolutely, yeah.
All right, perfect. And I think, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Same with New Kajabi?
Yes, you can take any products you want. So what you do is you create an offer with a price tag on it, and then you add what products you want associated with that offer. And that actually answers one of the questions that I think Corinza had about membership levels. Yeah. So you can like put one product in your base level, and that's your offer for X amount. And then the next offer, which is a higher amount, you could bundle multiple products together to create the membership site tier, which is what she was asking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then how about dripping content? I think that's pretty standard.
You can drip content. And you can do it based on student enrollment date or course release date, which I really like. So one of my courses that's launching at the end of this week, there's students enrolled, but they can't see any content until the date that I specify. So I can preload it in, it's all ready to go, but they can't see anything. It'll just say this video or this content, whatever it is, will be available on such and such a date.
All right, perfect. In New Kajabi, we can do that too. We can drip the content and we can have a certain start date, like you mentioned. And that's included in the base plan. And I saw on Thinkific, it's not in the free plan, but it's in the essentials plan. Is that what it's called? Yeah, the essentials plan.
First tier up, yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, and then here's an area where I know this is not integrated with New Kajabi, the completion certificates or quizzes. But there are services that we can integrate, but it's not, inside of New Kajabi.
Yeah, so Thinkific does have a quiz and a survey feature that's actually just part of their content type. So you can build that right into your course. It's not particularly robust. And in order to get the answers to it, you actually do need to go in and download the CSV, the report, to see what the answers are. Very good. It's not super easy to use. I tend to use something like Typeform, and I integrate that Typeform into my course. Okay. But it does have a quiz and a survey. And are we on completion certificates? Yeah.
Yeah. I just bundled those together.
Yeah, and so you can integrate with a credible, a third party. Okay. It integrates with Thinkific and offer certificates for your students that way.
All right, perfect. And then here's an area where I feel Thinkific is a little stronger, and that is multiple instructor profiles. So if you had other people you wanted to bring onto your course, to your site to sell courses that you didn't want to maybe create yourself. Yeah. Can you explain how that works? We don't have that in New Kajabi.
Oh, yeah, I think it's a great option. So you can set up an instructor profile, but then you also probably would make them a course admin. Okay. Right, so that they can go in and set up the course themselves. You would probably also have them as a product payee, meaning I'll take 50% and you'll take 50% every time this course sells. Okay. Right, you could do that as well with them. So there's a number of different ways to integrate, but yeah, lots of Thinkific sites have multiple instructors, guest instructors. One of my sites has it. I love the feature. Okay, we probably have a workaround in New Kajabi in terms of we can create a course or a product, and then when it says who the instructor is, we can upload their photo and a little bit about them, but I don't think it would track the sales specific to the instructor like you were mentioning. Right. Yeah, I think it's nice to see in the dashboard, they can see and I can see how much they've earned right? Or how much
that's a great feature.
Yeah, it's a nice
great feature.
Yeah.
So again, if that's important to you, then, you know, again, it depends which which platform is better for you.
But
and then the
one
last
of those features that's worth pointing out, Catherine, that when people are evaluating the two beside each other, that's one of those features that if you're looking to have multiple instructors, New Kajabi doesn't have it, Thinkific, then that's a pretty clear choice if those are the two that you're looking at. If you're looking at an all-in-one solution for some of those other, you know, great features that you mentioned, then New Kajabi might be the way that you lean on that, right?
Exactly. And I'm so grateful because that was kind of what we wanted to do on this workshop is we wanted to say, it depends on you and it depends on your business model and what you're trying to do as to which one is better. The last thing is the reporting and analytics. It's really strong with New Kajabi. I get really excited when you open it up and you see your dashboard with the charts with all the money that you're making, and you can track it by day or week or month or by offer or by affiliate.
Oh, great. So it's a little bit, you know, you've got your Thinkific dashboard that shows you what you've made, and you can sort by last 30 days or last year or last quarter or whatever it is. It'll tell you how many, you know, courses have been purchased, how many students, things like that. You can also pull reports on, so basic reporting on like affiliates, orders, progress reports, cohort progress reports.
Wow. So that sounds like it's pretty robust also.
There's some good reporting features in it. Yeah.
Super. Okay. So thank you all for staying on as long as you did. And I hope it was worth your while.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was a lot of fun. And so we have some free resources here for you. It's on the worksheet as well if you downloaded that. I wanted to point out that there's the New Kajabi official Facebook group that you can click on here, or excuse me, right here. And then we also have the official Thinkific Facebook group, because sometimes I find when I'm trying to make a decision on a product, I'll join their groups and I'll go in and I'll listen to what people are saying. And I think if you log in, if you log into either of those groups, you'll hear the same things that Kim and I were sharing with you. And then I have, if you want to see an interface for New Kajabi, I have a free course. It's actually not a course, it's a workshop replay that I'm making available where I go in and create a sales page and an offer and a product, and then I customize it. So that'll give you an idea of what New Kajabi looks like on the back end. And then Kim, do you want to talk about what you have for Thinkific?
Yeah, so for years, I've been helping clients one-on-one set up their Thinkific site and get their course uploaded. And so I've just finished the do-it-yourself option. It actually launches this week. Early bird special is still on, so it's a phenomenal price right now, $77 for the whole do-it-yourself. And it's all step-by-step tutorials, so I teach very much from I know nothing about this to I've got my course online and I can click publish now.
Very good.
And I think having the experience of someone who's done it 100 times, you know the pitfalls that you can fall into, and I try and help you avoid them. So that's launching this week.
Perfect. And so I just clicked over to it so they could see it. So how would they get it for the 77 then?
Yeah, so scroll down.
Okay.
And you're going to go close to the bottom, and you're going to see
right here. Excuse me.
A purple button. Get early bird access, and that's going to take you over, and you're going to get it for $77. But as you can see, you also get 1 month free on the Thinkific business plan. So basically, you're even Steven. You're going to pay for the course, but you're going to get a month free on the business plan, which is the same value basically.
Okay.
And it gives you a great chance to try out the business plan and all of the the more robust features of it for a month for free.
Okay. Yeah. And then what about, but with this link, if they sign up for a free Thinkific account and then they upgrade, they get $50 even if they don't buy your course.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So if you want to just do it on your own, you could totally do it that way. Okay. Yeah.
So, and then a reminder, this is the affiliate link to get 15% off of the New Kajabi plan. So I think we've gone way over. We're at an hour and a half, but we still want to see what questions that we need to still answer for people. So if you want to go to the Q&A, Kim, and then I want to grab, let's go to the Q&A first.
Yeah, so there's not really anything on the Q&A. It was all really about the download, the worksheet that they weren't able to access, but it looks like that got cleared up.
Okay.
I'm just going to look on Facebook if you want to look on the chat here and see if there's anything else that came up.
All right, I'm going into the chat right now. Not questions in there, but I do have some questions that were emailed to me when I sent an email out to my list. So I'll go over those while you're doing that.
Awesome.
And they were, and some of them I think we've answered. Mike was asking, can you back up your courses? So you really can't back up, the new Kajabi course or product that you create per se to use it somewhere else. But I always recommend having Dropbox or Google Drive with all of your worksheets, all of your training videos, all of your everything that you would upload into either new Kajabi or Thinkific. I would have organized over somewhere that you own. So God forbid, if you didn't want to use a certain platform anymore, it'd be easy for you to switch to another one.
Totally. I would say the same thing, because you're not going to create a course in an LMS. You're going to create a course elsewhere generally. You're going to record your videos on your own, laptop or CPU or whatever you're using. You're going to record your audios. You're going to have that all stored generally in your own cloud storage somewhere, and then you're going to upload that material to your LMS, right?
Yep.
So it is going to be stored somewhere else. Yeah.
Okay, and then Sarah was asking, how long has each company been in business? Now I know for new Kajabi, I double checked with them and it was 2010. Do you know what it is for Thinkific?
Yeah, so Thinkific started basically as a consulting for course creators company about 5 years ago. And then it quickly developed into an LMS platform, basically. Okay. So I would say probably a solid 4 years. Okay. And it's grown like crazy in that time. Yeah.
Well, the e-learning industry just continues to
my gosh,
skyrocket. And so somebody else was asking if this about who else uses the platforms? Who are some of the online marketers that are using each of the platforms?
Lord, I would say go on the Thinkific YouTube channel. They do interviews all the time with those who are making big impact, big money using the Thinkific platform, rather than me try and spew off me.
I think Lewis Howes uses Thinkific, I believe. Now for new Kajabi, I know Brendan Burchard uses it, and Shalene Johnson, James Wedmore. There's a few others, Anil Patel. So some of the Michael Hyatt, thank you, Nancy. Nancy just posted that, Michael Hyatt. So that's kind of a good indication if some of those, high-end marketers are using the platform. It's a good.
Yeah, and I think both platforms have a bit of a following as far as high profiles who are using them. And so I think that's a great thing too to look at, right? Like who's using it? Look at their sites. What have they done with them? What are they saying about the platforms? Because, we can offer our expertise and experience. And I'm a big believer in research and well-roundedness. So, look around and see what else other people are saying for it. Don't take it as, the gospel.
Don't trust Catherine and Kim. Go do your own research. We've just been blowing smoke up your, we know nothing here, right?
We happen to be a wealth of information, but if you want more information,
right?
Like Thinkific has an amazing blog and YouTube channel and Facebook group.
They do.
Get absorbed in the platforms and see what you feel like, is best fit for you.
Good. All right. So to wrap it up then, just a reminder, if there are other questions that you have, or if you're watching the replay, well, bless your heart that you're still here because we're going on more than an hour and a half. And so you can still post your questions below because both Kim and I will be monitoring this workshop and coming in and answering questions. And by all means, if there are any new Kajabi team members or Thinkific team members, and if we happen to have because we are not affiliated, if we happen to have misspoke or you want to correct the record, please feel free to do that in the comments as well.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for doing this with me, Kim. This has been great.
This is so fun, hey? This really was so fun. And thank you to everyone who came and joined us and those who are going to watch after.
Yeah.
was valuable. It was super valuable for me. I learned a ton that I didn't know about new Kajabi.
Good.
And hopefully it gave everyone sort of a better, perspective on the two different platforms from our two perspectives.
Exactly. And I'm laughing because here on our worksheet, we thought we were going to have time to even do a demonstration. So
an hour and 40 minutes now.
Yes. My daughter keeps texting me wondering if I'm done yet because she wants to go to lunch. So what do you think, Kim? Should we circle back and do another one where we do a screen share of the user interface from a student's perspective, and then we take people behind the scenes to show them what it looks like as a site admin?
Yeah, I would love that. And I think if others, weigh in on that, I think it would be great to hear some of their, wants and interests in regards to, what we would be showing them on the back end, because there's so much to look at, right?
I know, there's a lot.
Yeah.
It's great. And I think, you just have to keep your mind open and don't listen to what you read in those Facebook groups, because I just get so angry when I
well, not just the blanket statements, right? Not just this is the best one there isn't, as you can see, there is no best fit for all.
There isn't, except new Kajabi. No, I'm kidding. But no, there really isn't. It depends on you. It depends on your business model. It depends on your budget. It depends on how long you've been an entrepreneur. It depends on if you've already got your email platform in place with tons of emails and campaigns, and your landing page is already done, and you don't want to, there's just so many variables. It really depends.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is so fun. Thank you so much for having me, Catherine.
Thank you. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes. And if you're watching the replay, thanks for watching it as well. Bye-bye.